NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Well, as the war with Iran rages a 12th day, the price of oil is up $3, back to $86 a barrel. Monday, it spiked over $100. As for gas, another 4-cent increase. The price at the pump is up 59 cents since the conflict started. Later this hour, we will get a pre-war inflation update on consumer prices last month. President Trump will hit the road today to focus on the economy. He'll visit a pharmaceutical company near Cincinnati, Ohio, and a packaging facility in northern Kentucky.
Two different things on the agenda. First, the effort to spotlight the administration's efforts to lower prescription drug costs. And the president's also going to examine where the U.S. economy stands 1 year into his second term.
Fox's Mark Meredith at the White House. That Trump trip to Kentucky is in the district of a Republican congressman he does not like, Thomas Massie. The president is backing a challenger, hoping to defeat Massie in the GOP primary. In Georgia, there was a special House election to replace another Republican whose relationship with the president soured, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She resigned in January. Since there were 17 candidates on the ballot yesterday, nobody got 50% of the vote.
Republican Clayton Fuller and Democrat Sean Harris advancing to an April 7th runoff in Georgia's 14th congressional district. Fuller, a former district attorney endorsed by President Trump. Harris, a retired Army brigadier general and cattle rancher who previously lost to Greene in the 2024 general election.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. At the World Baseball Classic, the U.S. may be called out after Italy upset the American team last night 8-6.
Because Italy has a 3-0 record and Team USA finished 3-1, the U.S. needs help to stay alive. If Italy beats Mexico tonight, the United States would advance. But if Mexico beats Italy and Mexico scores fewer than 5 runs in a 9-inning victory, it would move on and the U.S. would be out. Game tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern.
That's Fox's Jared Max. In the NBA, Bam Adebayo scored 83 points, second most in a game ever, leading Miami to a win over Washington. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Wednesday. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV for March 11th, 2026. Show producer Fred Cruz, and we got AccuWeather and meteorologist Jason Catarina. I'm Sergio Sanchez. Thank you for joining us today on a big day for news in South Texas. The top story, and we'll get more reaction to this top story. At 15 minutes after the hour, we have a conversation with the chief of the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville. Join us for that exclusive conversation on KURV. It is a transformative economic event that was announced late yesterday afternoon by President Trump on his social media site, Truth Social. A new oil refinery for America, the first one in 50 years, and it will be built at Brownsville. President Trump announcing yesterday that America First Refining plans to open a refining complex at the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville on a 240-acre site. It will include 6 liquid cargo docks, 13 general cargo docks, and it will have direct rail access because the port has direct rail. $300 billion project by an Indian firm. Also includes a 20-year agreement to purchase and process over 1 billion barrels of shale oil while producing up to 50 billion gallons of refined petroleum products. It will be the first new major oil refinery built in the U.S. in nearly 50 years. And again, join us for an exclusive conversation with the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville Director William Dietrich. That's coming up at 15 minutes after the hour. It's 7 minutes after the hour. News Talk 710 KURV. Important news just north of us, Corpus Christi area. They're about to run out of water.
Corpus Christi's main reservoir has dropped below 10%, and a years-long push to create desalination plants has fizzled. Governor Greg Abbott says the state gave the city nearly $1 billion in funds to address the situation, and they squandered it.
Corpus Christi is a victim not because of lack of water. They're a victim because of a lack of ability to make a decision.
He says it's only a matter of time before the state takes over and, in his words, micromanages the city. It's a big deal because the port of Corpus Christi is a major hub for the state's oil and gas industry.
That's Michael Board with that report. A federal agency is accepting public comment on a proposed land swap that involves SpaceX. SpaceX wants to trade about 700 acres of land that they currently own for about 700 acres that are in the lower Rio Grande Valley National Wildlife Refuge. U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is receiving comment on that proposal. Don't burn anything in Cameron County. We got triple-digit forecast today. Dry weather, windy weather as well. So Cameron County has implemented a burn ban. And the state of Texas is one of several states and communities that have been approved for a new test of air taxis.
The U.S. Department of Transportation and the FAA announced they had accepted 8 proposals as part of their Advanced Air Mobility Test Program. The executive director of the Texas Department of Transportation says his agency and industry partners will develop regional air taxi flights connecting Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, and eventually Houston. A company called Whisk Aero, which is a subsidiary of Boeing, will also share information from the operations of its autonomous passenger aircraft in Texas to help draft regulations that can include those aircraft in the national airspace system.
It's 9 minutes after the hour. This is the Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV. I want to say a big thank you to our AccuWeather supporters. Thanks to the good folks at Rivera's Machinery on the Expressway in Donna for the best service and price. For the long haul, it's Rivera's Machinery. Big thank you to Dougie and all the gang over at Martin Farm and Ranch. They got spring chicks. Pew, 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 pew. They're selling little chicks. Oh, give me a kiss. Little chicks. Martin Farm and Ranch. Come for the feed, stay for the chicks. Martin Farm and Ranch on Monte Cristo, Edinburgh. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. Serving up triple-digit weather for today, but then not as hot tomorrow. So 24 hours. Take us through what's going to happen. What do you expect to happen the next 24 hours?
Yeah, winds are going to shift for us into the northwest, and that's going to bring in cooler air for us. We'll get the tail end of a front. Not really going to do anything for us, but other than shift the winds and knock the temperature back. But off to the north, San Antonio, some thunderstorms this morning could bring some hail and damaging winds there to start. Dallas, just a shower in the area. Early front's already through there. And Houston today, some severe thunderstorms this morning through this evening. So certainly need to watch flash flooding, damaging winds, hail, and tornadoes possible with those storms for Houston. So that could lead to some issues for travel, anybody hubbing through there for a flight or something.
Yeah, it's that time of the year again. You got hot air, cold air mixing. So we got tornado activity in Texas. And we'll be done with all that probably by what, like tomorrow or late tonight for any.
Yeah, it'll last to go through Houston. So today into this evening, and then things will quiet down for the next couple of days.
So how long do we keep this, the cooler air and temperatures in the low 80s, upper 70s? Is that a 1 day?
Yeah, it's a 1 day shot for us. Friday, we're back into the mid and upper 80s. Saturday, mid 80s to low 90s again.
Okay. The AccuWeather forecast for today. You're going to love it if you love hot weather.
Ooh.
Yeah. Everybody's cold.
That about does it.
Yeah.
That's a forecast. Oof.
100, at least 100. Yeah. Triple digit weather for many parts of South Texas today. And lows tonight in the low 60s. Let me see here. Tomorrow, highs
mid 70s to low 80s.
Yeah, mid 70s, low 80s. So mid 70s, upper 70s.
Hey, Serge.
Yes, sir.
Do we dare ask Jason what the temperature is in upstate New York?
It's not bad. It was like 70 yesterday.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah, so it's 40 right now. We're going to 68 today.
Well, see, that's what I was going to ask you. So if tomorrow it's in the upper 70s, hopefully low 80s, upper 70s, what happens tomorrow night? I don't see tomorrow night. Is that what, 60s, 50s, or what on Thursday night into Friday? Did you see the number on that?
Let's see. Thursday night into Friday, 53, low 50s.
That's nice. Yeah, that's nice. Finally, cool air when you leave the house. Let's see what's on the menu for today. Let's see. Who do we celebrate? We celebrate registered dietitians. Only the ones who are registered. The ones who are not registered, we don't celebrate you. And look at this. We celebrate funeral directors and morticians today. On that happy note, we'll check with you next hour. Thank you, Jason. That's AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. Temperatures mid-70s across South Texas. Again, join us in just a few minutes. Conversation with the Port of Brownsville director on this huge story, another transformative economic event. We have had, this will be number 3 in an area where sometimes markets cities, states for that matter, they never change. Here in the Valley, we are about to land number 3, the third transformative economic event. Of course, liquefied natural gas, the export of that. That node is probably going to start exporting starting next year. Thousands of jobs at the port. We got Elon Musk and SpaceX, thousands of jobs at the port. We're launching into space. And now that oil refinery that's coming to Brownsville, $300 billion project. Reaction, exclusive conversation with the Port of Brownsville Director, William Dietrich, coming up in just a couple of minutes. So stick around. In the meantime, speaking of our neighbor, Elon Musk, he's at the top of that Forbes list of richest people in the world.
Forbes is out with this list of the wealthiest people in 2026. And once again, the Tesla and SpaceX CEO is on top of the list with an estimated fortune of $839 billion. The list, which makes an effort to list all of the world's billionaires, grew by 400 to more than 3,400 this year. In the next 2 spots are Google's Larry Page and Sergey Brin, followed by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. You can also join us at 710 KURV X Live, Facebook Live, and YouTube Live. Exclusive conversation with the director of the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville. More details on that massive project, $300 billion project for the Port of Brownsville. The cat's out of the bag. I know we probably wanted to celebrate this with our Mayor John Cowan at the State of the City address in about a week, but President Trump told the nation, $300 billion project, first oil refinery in the nation in 50 years, will be at Brownsville. The director of the Port of Brownsville, next on 710 KURV.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
It's Ram Truck Month. Lease a new 2026 Ram 1500 Laramie 4x4 for only $595 a month. Plus, get Ram's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty at Payne Rio in Rio Grande City, Ed Payne Motors in Westlaco, Payne Alice, and Payne Edinburgh. Your Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealers in the Rio Grande Valley and throughout southern Texas.
Locate to get us regardless.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're worried about things like low testosterone, Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drtsprimary.care.com.
Brian Kilmeade here, inviting you to tune in weekday mornings starting at 9 for the Sergio Show with Sergio Sanchez on News Talk 710 KURV and KURV.com.
News Talk 710 KURV is your one and only radio station in the Valley for Houston Astros play-by-play. Weeknights and weekends. The season opener will be in Houston against the Angels. That's March 26th, so join us for the play-by-play Astros baseball on 710 KURV. The name we're going to hear here in just a second will be synonymous with the economic transformation of the RGV. So you think SpaceX and you think next decade LNG, the Rio Grande massive LNG export facility, and now the term America First Refinery, massive multi-$100 billion investment in the Valley, in Brownsville, at the Port of Brownsville. It's an economic transformation that is in the making and likely one of a few more that are on the horizon. But let's focus on what President Trump revealed to the nation on Truth Social, this $300 billion deal for the first oil refinery in the nation, the first one in 50 years. President Trump committed to reestablishing America as a leader when it comes to traditional fuels and energy that is cheaper for Americans to access. Let's go to the phones. And our director of the RGV Port of Brownsville, William Dietrich, and I need to start, Will, with a hearty congratulations to you and the board and leadership at the port. I know this has been years in the making, and finally, thanks to the president, I'm sorry, Mayor Cowan, I know we wanted to make a big splash at the state of the city in a few days, but the president, he revealed it because it's that important to the nation and energy production. Congratulations, William Dietrich, director of the Port of Brownsville, for this massive deal involving this Indian firm. Let me ask you real quick, is it already under construction? Because from what I've been reading, the project seems to be very aggressive and starting up here pretty soon.
Yeah, the project essentially is not under production, but they're not constructing right now.
Okay.
But they've had this land for quite a while. This has been a deal, like you said, that's been working for about 12, 13 years. So all the engineering and the groundwork and all the geotechnical work, everything that's needed to go in, move in, and start building has already been done.
The regulatory side of this I don't know if you need to get FERC involved, and, there's so many different permits you need to get. Is that already done, William?
That is already complete. FERC permits, EPA permits, DCEQ permits, everything that needs that's involved in permitting a production like this has already been completed.
In his Truth Social, right, but the president referred to this as India's largest privately held energy company, Reliance of India. When do you expect groundbreaking, and when do you expect this refinery to be operational?
When do I see it? We're looking about a 3-year buildup on this, 3 to 4 years. I know that groundbreaking will come soon. I know that there's going to be an official announcement in April, and I'm pretty sure that they'll start moving into construction right away. Like I said, this is a project that they've been working for a long time. They've already done the engineering. All the boxes have been checked for them to
nice.
It's shovel ready to go.
William Dietrich, director of the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville, with yet another transformational project for the valley, an investment, multi-billion, like $300 billion investment, said President Trump. And this, of course, you stack this on top with what Elon Musk is doing with SpaceX and hiring thousands of people, multi-billion-dollar investment there. You got the LNG crew and like a 20 some odd $billion investment there. My goodness, so much capital coming to South Texas and jobs. How many jobs do you expect, Mr. D, from this?
Well, my understanding is, from previous conversation, we're like at 300 to 400 jobs.
Okay, permanent jobs, but then the buildup to this is going to be rather impressive,
yeah,
right?
The buildup to this will be about 2,500 jobs.
Yeah, my goodness. So if it's going to be that quick, they must be hiring already, right? Like behind the scenes to try to get some folks to build this thing in the near future.
Yeah, they're way ahead on the project. I'm sure that they've already picked out their contractor. I'll let them announce that when they're ready. But yeah, they already have a well-established team here in the valley that has been working on this for quite a while. So the leadership mechanism is already there. Now it's just getting the contract, who they're going to award the contract to, and moving forward from there.
It's the president mentioned that this is a 20-year agreement, so they've got, I would guess, like plenty of customers for this fuel. This refinery is for America. I think the president made reference to that. It's for us, right? Or are they exporting some of this fuel as well? Do you know?
Yeah, from my understanding is most of it will be here, but I think there will be an export capacity. So that's the understanding we have right now.
There is a website dedicated to this called America First Refinery, and it mentions like a half dozen liquid cargo docks and, let's see, shorter wait times when it comes to leaving and entering the dock. That's an advantage that the Port of Brownsville has, is the quick access to the Gulf. If you could expand on that. And, of course, with a deeper port that we have now, complements, of course, in large part to LNG, our tenant, they help pay for that deeper, the dredging of the port. So maybe explain that a bit from your perspective, the quick access to the Gulf and the deeper channel that we have now because of all the LNG work.
Yeah, definitely. The port, the way it's set up, it's direct access to world markets. Going from 42 to 52 foot draft, that allows us to bring in the larger vessels. And with the amount of fuel that they'll be producing there, there's no doubt that'll be a busy spot.
6 liquid cargo docks. So the port's going to look very different from a distance once they're done in 2-3 years. It's you're going to see a lot of storage facilities. And of course, LNG helping us to look different as well in the near future.
There's no doubt the landscape is changing pretty quick. But when we see that landscape change, we have to equate that to and correlate that to opportunity. And that opportunity, which is coming to us right now, is just unbelievable. It's been a long time waiting, and it's definitely going to create generational wealth for our community.
Yeah.
And it's just going to change the long term, the long-term economics of our region.
William Dietrich is director of the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville. Again, congratulations to him and the leadership at the port. They've landed. President Trump made the announcement of this America First refinery, this new refinery in our nation, the first one in 50 years. And it lands right here in Brownsville, $300 billion whopper of a deal. And, of course, the economic impact of that will be amazing. On the education side, Chief, and because I know you're always looking at this, either UT RGV, Texas A&M with a training facility, Texas Southmost College, TSTC. How do you see this transforming curriculum? Because I would expect some of these jobs would need specialized training and a specialized curriculum. So how do you see that unfolding over the next many months?
I think you're going to see a big transformation. Recently I've had a lot of meetings with workforce development groups here in Brownsville, TSC, TSTC, Texas A&M. And there's no doubt that this will be industry driven. What I mean by that is the topics and the skill sets that are going to be needed are going to be brought to, are going to be advised to the workforce development. And workforce development there will have to create the curriculum for these different skill sets that are needed. But there's no doubt that our workforce development teams here in the Valley and here in Cameron County are going to do a great job.
Chief, is there anything on the infrastructure side that will likely happen quickly? I don't know. You know how it is. It's sewer and water and electricity and all that, roads, all that we'll likely see a rapid development of that on the infrastructure side to help host these folks. As the president said, it's a 240-acre site. I would imagine. Is it already connected, or are we looking at a lot of digging up and putting pipe and power lines and all that here pretty soon?
Yeah, that's a good question, Sergio. And that's a good thing about having 12 years before a project comes in. We just received $7.5 million to redo the road, which is the extension of Ostos Road, the second phase of it. And that's going to be right in front of this refinery. So a lot of that has already been done. There'll have to be some infrastructure put in, like water pipe and drainage and all that. But it's not going to be a whole lot of work. Like I said, we've been planning for this for about 12 years. And so we've already kind of seen this coming. As the port starts moving out, we've already been incrementally building this infrastructure incrementally over time to make sure that we can actually service the outer edges of the port.
Well, I was honored to speak on behalf and educate folks on the morning show and the drive home here on KURV. Tell them, hey, it's Port of Brownsville, and we got 40,000 some odd acres ready to go, man. We can, well, now it's 760 acres. What do you think? Can we land another one here pretty soon? Is there a possibility of that? Or, we've talked earlier about the possibility of other industry coming to the area, which is wonderful. So bit by bit, I suspect we'll be filling up all that land available at the port here in the near future.
Land availability is one of the neat things that we have. We have a lot of land, but really I want to express this here, and I think it's very important. When these industries are coming down here and they're looking at all the different attributes of the Rio Grande Valley, one of the things that stands out is the workforce and the workforce availability and the skill sets that we already have here. So, having the land, having the skill set, working toward, sustainable power and energy in the region. But the workforce has been one of the things that has been, definitely one of the strong points we have here when we're selling these projects.
You guys want to read up a bit more on this? Again, go look for the website America First Refinery. The administration providing a lot of information on this. And of course, just keep it tuned here to KURV is William Dietrich, our chief or director of the RGV Port of Brownsville. And local leadership will be receiving all the work related to this big blessing, which is the first refinery in the nation in 50 years, landing right here in the RGV in Brownsville, Texas. $300 billion investment in our area. My goodness. Chief, I want to ask you one final thing before I let you go. The president had mentioned that this would be the cleanest refinery. This may not be your bailiwick, but did you want to expand on that, on the technology that will be applied to make this Brownsville refinery the cleanest refinery anywhere?
Yes, it's going to use all the modern technology. This is going to be a hydrogen-powered refinery. Not only that, but throughout the process, it's actually going to produce excess power that we're going to be able to put back into the grid.
Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to need that excess power for other industry headed this way. And we can talk about how much power that would be. Anything else, Chief, you want folks to know right now as we celebrate this America First refinery that is coming to Brownsville?
No, we're just very excited. The Port Commission has worked so long on this. Staff has worked so long on this. And, definitely it's a win for the Rio Grande Valley. There's definitely, we understand that we want to be the economic engine for the Rio Grande Valley. And, this is one of them steps to show that we are. And we're going to continue to work hard as we move along.
Director of the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville, William Dietrich. Again, congratulations to you and the board and leadership at Brownsville and in Cameron County for landing this big project, this huge economic investment that's going to create hundreds and literally at first thousands of jobs, again, complementing everything else in the area, and of course, permanent jobs that will be in the hundreds, good paying jobs in the area. Thank you, Chief. We'll talk to you again. Thank you to William Dietrich for providing that conversation. Again, we spoke, Freddie and I ran to the studio last night to speak with him, which this is just the beginning, people. We have 3 major projects that are transforming the economy. And there's another one on the way. Actually, one of maybe a couple more on the way. And major happenings, more economic happenings. So stay tuned to KURV for that. Your station for the Pulse of the 956 is News Talk 710 KURV. Better book your plane ticket, your flight soon. Airlines around the world are starting to hike ticket prices in response to the shortage of fuel because of the conflict in Iran.
The war has caused restrictions on operations at key transfer hubs in the Middle East. There are fewer seats available after major Gulf carriers suspended flights, and that's contributing to ticket prices going up between Asia and Europe. Spiking fuel prices are also putting pressure on carriers.
That's reporter Laura Westbrook. And a look at some of the international headlines of this. Hong Kong Airlines, they bumped up ticket prices about 35%. The Vietnamese air carrier saying costs for them are up 70%. Back to the U.S., the CEO at United Airlines is saying that he expected the situation in Iran to drive up airfare costs and affect the airline's financial results this coming quarter. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV, your station for Astros baseball. They start the season on March 26th at home. So join us for the broadcast right here on 710 KURV weeknights and weekends. It's Astros Baseball Check of Sports up next.
Jay Gonzalez, the Valley's top lawyer with over 20 years of experience. Jay Gonzalez is simply the best. If you've been injured in a crash, call 1-800-CAR-CRASH today.
Ah, the eternal struggle. Too hot? Too cold? Forget about it. Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and HVAC will make your home a true Goldilocks zone. Don't bear it alone when your fairy tale home feels like a nightmare gone wrong. Mighty Mike is your shining hero who will save the day with service that's not too early, not too late, but just right. Call Mighty Mike at 956-686-1353 or visit callmightymike.com. Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and HVAC.
Get it right. Call Mighty Mike.
Mighty Mike to the rescue.
Just one call to solve it all.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in the Cal at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
Your Houston Astros are gearing up. Big hits, big moments. Each weeknight and weekend game. All season long. Houston Astros baseball returns soon on News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
I'm Adam C., and this is your TSN Sports Minute. The Dallas Mavericks suffered their 8th consecutive loss last night, getting beat by the Atlanta Hawks 124-112. Klay Thompson led the team in scoring off the bench with 21 points and 5 triples. Despite the loss, there were 6 different Mavericks with double-digit points last night. Moving on, the San Antonio Spurs gained their 5th win in a row, pulling off a 125-116 win over the Boston Celtics. Victor Wembanyama led the game in scoring with 39 points on 20 shots, and he tied his career high in three-pointers with 8 triples on the night. Additionally, De'Aaron Fox had a great game in his own right, getting 25 points and 9 assists. I'm Adam C., and this has been your TSN Sports Minute.
In a stunning move, the Ravens backed out of their trade to acquire Max Crosby from the Raiders in exchange for 2 first-round picks due to medical concerns that arose during Crosby's physical. NBA Heat center Bam Adebayo etched himself into the record books, scored 83 points in a 150-129 win over the Wizards, the second most points scored in a single game behind Wilt Chamberlain's 100 in 1962. Talks on passing Kobe Bryant, who scored 81 in 06.
Obviously, you've seen 60, 70, but to be 83 and you pass him, in my mind, it's like, what would he say to me? Because I've always wanted to have a conversation with him.
At the World Baseball Classic, Italy upset Team USA 8-6. The U.S. wrapped up pool play at 3-1. Now needs Italy to beat Mexico tonight. That's sports. I'm Ronza Moss.
Wowzers. Go Italy, right? AccuWeather says highs today will be triple digits. 100-degree plus weather today. Tomorrow, not as hot. Should be in the upper 70s and low 80s. That's tomorrow, so enjoy the heat. Border Bridge wait times is posted on KURV.com. And let's see if they've updated these numbers. They've been a bit slow at one reporting station. So go to KURV.com and take a look at the Border Bridge wait times. So headed back to Brownsville. Have they updated? Nope, they have not. And let's check the McAllen, Mission, Edinburgh area. See, they set up way too late last night celebrating in Brownsville, Freddie. That's why they're all, all groggy right now. They're still sleeping. They stayed up all night celebrating in Brownsville, the announcement of the oil refinery. 1 hour at the Ansalduas Bridge, 45 at Hidalgo, 45 at the Far Bridge. It's an honor that you join us on 710 KURV on the radio and also online, 7 o'clock hour of the program. It's like an hour-long recording. Go take a look at it. 710 KURV, Facebook Live, X Live, and YouTube Live, 710 KURV. We got business news tech of your money up next. Everything at El Pato is so delicious. I love El Pato. It goes down so good. Like mama's cooking. Like abuelita's cooking. Remember those wonderful dishes with carne guisada and the flour tortillas? You just rip that flour tortilla fresh off the skillet, nice and hot. Ooh, it's so hot. And you scoop up that carne guisada with the gravy. It's so soft. It's so delicious. Then put some refried beans on it and some rice. Ooh, make your own tacos, right? That's El Pato food. It's so delicious. It's mama's recipe. It's waiting for you every El Pato restaurant. And during the Quaresma, during the Lent season, every Friday, don't forget, on Friday, if you're observing Lent, you're doing without the carne guisada for a day. Okay, that's fine. Go get some nopalito and egg tacos, some breakfast patos, nopalito and egg. You can get it in a plate version, nopalito and egg the plates with the refried beans, the potatoes as well. They got salmon, the salmon plate, the nopalito plate just by itself, salmon patties, fish tacos. It's so delicious. Don't forget the Lent specials every Friday at every El Paso restaurant. And right now, the big special, the enchiladas verdes, spicy enchiladas verdes, beautiful melted white cheese on those delicious spicy, the green sauce enchiladas, rice and bean, and the drink. An amazing $6.99 at every El Paso restaurant.
Tune in later Thursday morning to The Sergio Show on News Talk 710 KURV. He'll be on location broadcasting from Mercedes as we kick off day one of the RGV Livestock Show and Rodeo. We'll be meeting incredible FFA students, checking out their animals, and spotlighting the hard work behind the projects they'll be submitting. Thursday's broadcast from day one of the RGV Livestock Show and Rodeo is brought to you in part by Idea Public Schools, proud to support the next generation of leaders with News Talk 710 KURV.
I know it's on your to-do list. You always think of your family. You think of them often, right, during the day, thinking of your babies. Well, what are your babies up to? Even if they're like in their 20s, they're still your babies, right? What are they up to? What's your sweetie doing right now, time of the day? You're thinking about them. Why don't you make a call to Mark and Carla McCaleb at McCaleb Funeral Home? Because as you think about them, you want to make sure everything's prepared for the future, and you know the Lord's going to call all of us home. There's a specific date. We just don't know when it is, but that's why you put your finances, you correct all that, make sure put everything in place, think ahead. We got safety boxes and savings and life insurance. It's the same thing. It's pre-planning and prepaying. And Mark and Carla McCaleb with the McCaleb Funeral Home clan in Wesco, they have a very loving approach. 60 plus years, they know what they're doing. Very loving approach in celebrating lives in South Texas. But what I'm reminding you to do is call Carla specifically, because that's her personal number. Call Carla McCaleb and ask her to send somebody from the McCaleb clan to you, Brownsville, Harlingen, McAllen area, wherever you are. Pre-plan, prepay. My mom and dad did this for me. It makes a world of difference when that time comes to have all the stress out of the way. Just everything's been chosen, decided, everything's, they're your parents or whoever it is, you say what it is, and it's prepaid as well. Very loving thing to do for immediate family. Carla McCaleb is at the following number. Call or text her for an appointment, 956-650-2841.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Jennifer Scorda with Your Money Now. Oil prices are up. West Texas Intermediate is $86 per barrel. Brent currently sits at $91 per barrel. Amazon won a temporary injunction against Perplexity to block its Comet AI browser from scrapping its website. The company sued Perplexity in November, accusing the startup of concealing its AI shopping agents. A federal judge ruled that Amazon provided, quote, strong evidence that Perplexity's Comet browser accessed its website without authorization. Aluminum, plastics, and other materials are at risk from supply chain disruptions as a result of the Iran war, which could have ripple effects for the global auto industry. That comes as automakers are already confronting tariffs and massive spending on fundamental technology changes. And on Wall Street, futures are down. Tuesday, the Dow Industrials finished down 34 points. The Nasdaq was up 1, and the S&P 500 down 14. And that's Your Money Now.
Again, the big business story for the nation, it comes from Brownsville, $300 billion oil refinery. The first one in the nation in 50 years. Yeah, coming to Brownsville. President Trump made the announcement yesterday. We got reaction coming up on the Sergio Show, and hopefully we'll give you the live audio and perhaps some video as well from the island, from Brownsville, that is, from the port. 10 o'clock press conference coming up this morning. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. We got Fox News coming up in about 2 minutes. Join us live at Radio Para Mí. Let's say you've been trying to sell your home for a while and there's no movement. I want you to know about the Ryan and Brian real estate team. They can sell your house no problem. In fact, they guarantee it. That's why you need to call them today. I'm going to give you the phone number to the Ryan and Brian real estate team. Let's say you know someone, maybe in your neighborhood, you've been seeing that for sale sign with another realtor for the longest time. It's not moving. Well, they called the wrong people. They need to call. You need to call the Ryan and Brian real estate team if you want your house sold. guarantee. They have a proven system, very aggressive system, marketing system. It works. It's going to work for you as well. That guarantee that I just told you about, that was a lot of peace of mind for Robert, who was stressing out about selling his home. He worked with another agent, got burned. 8 months, no traffic, nothing but crickets. Nothing. No, with another agent. But he called the Ryan & Bryan real estate team, and with their strong marketing system that works, they found the buyers. They found the prospects and the buyer. Didn't take long for Robert's home to find a buyer. And he got full asking price for his house. That could be you, my friend. So make the call to the Ryan & Bryan real estate team. Here's the number, 956-540-2536. The website, ryanandbryan.com. That's ryanandbryan.com.
If you're selling your home, don't be trying. Call Ryan and Bryan. Go to ryanandbryan.com.
Get ready to celebrate for a great cause at Camp University's A Night at the Races. Join us this May for a Cinco de Mayo inspired evening filled with exciting auctions, great food, music, and derby-style fun, all while supporting adults with special needs in our community. Fundraising helps provide support, making it possible for more families to benefit from our services. Don't miss one of the Rio Grande Valley's favorite nights of celebration and giving. For tickets and sponsorship, visit marketing@campuniversity.org.
Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing excellence and the projects that they provide for you. New projects, maybe repairs. Trust Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. They know what they're doing. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, they invest mightily in their people. Happy employees, happy people at Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing who are the top experts in waterproofing technology. Chamberlain Roofing Waterproofing is approaching 130 years of excellence in providing commercial roofing systems and waterproofing those systems as well. But also they have a culture of safety, excellence and safety as well. That's what has led, in my opinion, to very happy employees, because on the periphery, they got all these different programs of helping employees to save and save for the future, and they got insurance and helping out with home purchase, all those things. They keep their employees happy so that you will be happy with the work that they do. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, trust them. You can start a friendship with them, just calling them and having them over to all your properties and inspect the condition of the present roofing systems that you have. So what are you waiting for? Call them and get, again, for free, an expert report on the condition of your roofing systems from Chamberlain Roofing Waterproofing. 956-655-6178.
News and information to start your day.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
It's the pulse of the 956. It's News Talk 710 KURV, the Valley's Morning News. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz, and we got Jason Caterina from AccuWeather, who is mad at us. That's why he's raising the temperature up to 100. And he'll get over it by tomorrow, because he's going to lower the temperature by 20 degrees. So highs triple digits, 100 plus today. And tomorrow should be in the upper 70s and low 80s. News on 710 KURV is a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys. Ready to fight for you? Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Pop. He's now the supreme leader in Iran, but is he nursing injuries?
Israeli and Iranian officials have told several media outlets that Iran's new supreme leader was lightly wounded in the legs on day one of the war. One Israeli official saying that could explain why Mojtaba Khamenei hasn't been seen in public.
Fox's Jonathan Savage in London. He took over his father, who was killed in airstrikes. Severe storms spawn a deadly tornado in the Midwest.
Tragic update here. We know 2 people now confirmed dead in Indiana from the severe storms. The tornado that hit there, likely the same tornado that hit this town in Illinois. It's about 22 miles away from us. National Weather Service will have teams out today surveying that damage and determining the final track of the storm.
Fox Weather's Katie Byrne reporting from Kankakee, Illinois. America's listening to Fox News.
It is an economic transformative event that was announced by President Trump yesterday afternoon. Took to his Truth Social site to announce a $300 billion new oil refinery for the nation, the first one in 50 years. And it will be built at the Rio Grande Valley port of Brownsville. It's an Indian company that's providing this investment. The company is saying that the refinery will be built on 240 acres of land at the RGV Port of Brownsville. It will have 6 liquid cargo docks and over a dozen general cargo docks and have direct rail access. $300 billion project includes a 20-year agreement to purchase and process over 1 billion barrels of U.S. shale oil and producing up to 50 billion gallons of refined petroleum products from the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville. The exclusive conversation KURV had with the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville Director William Dietrich, coming up 15 minutes after the hour. Hope you can join us for that conversation. And also more reaction from the Port of Brownsville, the Sergio Show on the road. We hope to have some audio for you. The press conference coming up at 10 o'clock this morning. A federal agency accepting public comment on a proposed SpaceX land swap. SpaceX wants to trade about 700 acres of land they currently own at Starbase and trade that for 700 acres that are in the Rio Grande Valley National Wildlife Refuge. It is the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service that is providing the comment period for this. Thank you for joining us on News Talk 710 KURV. And we invite you to tune in or maybe go do the rewind at 710 KURV YouTube Live, X Live, and Facebook Live. That's a collection of all the top headlines of the morning. That way you can go fish. Go take a deeper dive in some of the stories that you're interested in. The morning news on News Talk 710 KURV. Also at the free app, Radio Para Mí. JP and Jeff and Amigo Power Equipment waiting for you today. We'll take a look at the beautiful orange Kubota equipment. It is Kubota Orange Days are back, and that means big savings, potential big savings for you. Now through June 30th. Check this out. Amigo Power Equipment is on Monte Cristo, just west of Business 281, behind the Juniors, behind the Madonas. Go look for Amigo Power Equipment and take a look at the Kubota equipment, your Kubota dealer for South Texas. Again, big savings right now. 0% financing available if you qualify. And now through June 30th, also, you could save up to $5,500 off select compact tractors. It is the #1 compact tractor in the nation. It is Kubota. And you can see big savings at Amigo Power Equipment. What I just mentioned, you can get more details at gokubota.com. Gokubota.com. But visit the campus today. Amigo Power Equipment is on Monte Cristo, just a little bit west of Business 281. 0% financing if you qualify on some of this Kubota equipment, or save up to $5,500 off select compact tractors. For Kubota, it's Amigo Power Equipment Edinburgh on Monte Cristo.
Hi there, my name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. Have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison. I am the second generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us, create the dream.
Good folks at Culligan, they have the water purification systems I know that you need and that you will love. I love my Culligan water purification system. Deli and I and the kids, we have enjoyed this for years. Got our own spout. It is truly purified water.